YouTube.com. Welcome to my channel. This is a rare appearance from the elusive NALF. As you guys know, I've been pretty busy. I'm really focused on getting back on the football field. We're starting playoffs this week or next week, and so my main focus is getting healthy and getting back in the football field, and I'm also in a crunch time situation with the documentary, which is why there has not been YouTube videos going on. I am sorry for that, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. Anyway, I did make a video at this event a couple weeks ago, and I didn't post it publicly on this channel. I posted it privately for my patrons on Patreon, and then we had a discussion about it. And I did that because I thought it was a little bit controversial. And after having a good discussion and getting good feedback from my patrons on Patreon, I decided to post this publicly. So this is not really like a complete video because I should have gotten a perspective from the other side, but I think it's an interesting video and I think it brings up an interesting discussion. So I'm releasing it publicly to you guys now finally, and I'm curious to hear what you think. What is up, my lovely supporters on Patreon? Today we've got, at least for now, an exclusive Patreon-only video. I might put this on the public YouTube channel at some point, but for now, I'm just going to release this to you guys, and maybe we'll have a little discussion about it. So this past weekend, I went to this interesting festival right outside of Schwäbisch Hall with Cody and Speedy and some of our other teammates. All right, in typical German Saturday fashion, we're going to some sort of festival. I don't really know what it is. Here we go. Okay, we've got some interesting visuals here as we walk up. I do not know how this would go over in the States. Jokes? Not well. This is controversial at best. So the festival was like really cool. It's huge. There's all these like old-timey fur trapping, like tents and like settlers or whoever used to live. There's a lot of cool like props, and everyone was dressed up and really got into it. Now, the reason that I've said that this is a little bit controversial is because there are Confederate flags everywhere. So for those of you guys who don't know, the Confederate flag represents the Confederate States of America, which was one of the sides in the Civil War, the U.S. Civil War, the South, and it is often associated nowadays with slavery and racism, at least in the States. Yo, what's up? You can come in. This is what happens living with Rudy. What's up? What's up, Brandon?
What's up, man?
I'm shooting a video. Everyone say hi to Brandon. It's all good. What do you think? What do you think about this? This is just for Patreon right now. There's only like 100 people who see this. Like when you see the Confederate flag in the States, does it mean something different to you? Hey, Brandon, maybe you can comment on this. We went to this this festival last weekend, and it had the Confederate flag everywhere in Germany.
That's hella racist.
Does the Confederate flag mean something different in Germany than it does in the States? Show your face. Show your face.
It's all the same thing, bro.
Do you think?
I know.
From what I've heard, the Confederate flag in Germany is kind of like a symbol of freedom.
If you know the foundation of the Confederate flag, bro, if you know like where it come from and like literally like what it meant and what it still means, like you would know that it's still offensive. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure. That's how we see it, but like in Germany, they didn't experience that, or that's not their history. So they, I think, try to take it and maybe make it mean something other than what we think it means, you know what I'm saying? Or what it really means. Because we really know what it means, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. So, I mean, how I do it is I put things in my own perspective. Like, what if the tables were turned? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if we had some type of symbol and we didn't understand where that symbol came from? And then we were, you know, walking around, like, having it on our cars, having it hanging from our homes. But we understand, like, that, yeah, we think it's something else, but we don't understand how impactful it is and what it meant to other people. You feel me?
Yeah, that's a good point.
But erase that, bro. Like, I'm just trying to, you feel me? Talk to y'all.
You won't let me put any of that in this video.
Hell nah.
It's only for like 100 people. Like I literally told the people, I was like, hey, I'm making a video and I don't think I'm gonna put it on YouTube because it's a bit controversial. So I'm gonna put it for this little community and we'll talk about it.
All right, nice.
Are you cool with that?
Yeah, I'm good.
Can you show your face and say that was from Brandon, smart guy. He's from Oakland, California. No, other way.
From Brandon.
There it is. That was from Brandon.
Smart guy.
Smart guy. Thanks, Brandon. What do you think, Childs?
Very interesting.
So basically, they're recreating this historical moment, and they don't understand the depth of it.
Smart perspectives from two smart guys. Thanks, bro. That was good. That was really good timing. That was really good timing. Brandon, you can't take any more of my knoppers.
You said I could have some.
See you tomorrow. Thanks, Richard. So to me, this is like a historical representation of what those times looked like, and I think if you're going to do that, you need to do it historically accurately, so you need to have the Confederate flags flown there alongside these other flags that were commonly flown. So to me, although it can be upsetting to people, I think you need to fly those flags and have that imagery if you're going to try and do an accurate representation of the history, which is what I think they're doing here. The thing that I feel a little bit weird about is like there are the shops and the kiosks outside of like the display area basically, and that was like selling like Confederate flag shirts and stickers and memorabilia and stuff like that. So that's where I started to feel a little bit weird. But the thing is, it's such a hot issue in the States, especially, well, I'd say more in like the southern states. Like being like from the West, the Northwest, the Confederate flag isn't really like a hot topic issue. But I know in some of the like southern states, it is a hot issue because there are people who will talk about how the Confederate flag represents like history and family and pride to them, and they say it has nothing to do with like racism and stuff. And then there are people who say, no matter what, like this image means this, and it always will be associated with racism and slavery and stuff like that. So it's quite controversial and back and forth. And you'll see that like just how Rudy and Brandon were both guys with African American heritage who both felt a little bit differently about it. So I do think it is kind of a hot issue. I know that a lot of my black American friends get pissed off when they see the Confederate flag. So that's what I'm taking my experience from. Like you can tell, like we're like kind of uncomfortable talking about this, us Americans, and you know some people will probably say that Americans get too offended easily or whatever, and maybe that's a fair point. But you can tell, like you can see, like we're all a little bit like when Cody and I are at the festival, like I don't know how we're supposed to feel about this, and then you can tell even with like Brandon and Rudy, like we don't. It's just like an uncomfortable topic. What do you guys think? Like if you're from America, does the Confederate flag mean one thing? If you're from Europe, does it mean a different thing? I think it's pretty interesting. So let me know what you guys think, and let me know how you think we handled this. Thanks a lot, guys, and thank you so much for your support. See you next time.